In this video for section 6.1, we're going to introduce the idea of a matrix. The plural of that is matrices, and basically it's a rectangular array, which means that numbers are arranged in rows and columns. When we have a matrix, something special that applies to matrices is that we have brackets around the left and right side. So you see these brackets right here surrounding this example matrix. Those are always going to be on the sides. The values inside the brackets are called elements, and matrices are used to display information and to solve systems of linear equations, and we're going to see how to do that later on. The first step, if we're solving the system of linear equations, is to change the system from equations into a matrix. So when we have the matrix, this is a special type of matrix called an augmented matrix. Augmented matrix means that it has a vertical line separating two groups of columns. And if you compare the system of linear equations with the matrix, you see that the vertical line lines up with the equal sign in the equations. So basically you can think of replacing the equal signs with this vertical line. And then you see that all that we do is we take the coefficients of the numbers and we put them into the augmented matrix. So you can see here where we have just y, we're putting in a 1 into the matrix because there's kind of an invisible 1 in front of y. If we have a negative sign in front, like this negative 5z, then we would put negative 5 into the augmented matrix. If any variable is missing, then we put a 0 in its place. For example, here in this second equation, we do not have an x, so we need to put 0 in the x spot. You can think of this as this is the x column, the y column, and the z column. And our equations go pretty much in order: first equation, second equation, third equation. So if we're going to write the augmented matrix for the system of linear equations, I'm going to start by drawing my square bracket, and then I'm going to put in the coefficients. For this, there is no x, and so there's going to be a 0 in the first element, the first column in the first row. Then we're going to have 2, negative 1. Then I'm going to draw the vertical line and put 7 on the other side. My second row is going to be 1, 2, 1, and 17 on the other side of the vertical line. And my third row is going to be 2, then we're going to have negative 3 because that negative sign needs to come along, 2, and negative 1. So next you should look at checkpoint problem number 1. Do this in your notes, check your answer, and then move on to the homework.